Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, September 8th, 2015. This is Jennifer. Off the top, today is the day you should be mailing your swap, your Talk to Me Tuesday favorite color swap. So if you haven't done that yet, today would be the day. I have heard from one person who's going to mail tomorrow, and that's totally okay. Just let me know what your plans are. The last time I checked, there was only, I think, one person I hadn't heard from, so we're doing really well. So everybody's on track, and you should hopefully be receiving your swaps over the course of the next couple weeks, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your videos on that. So now that I got my sister's quilt top completely pieced, I have put that aside and it's ready to go off to the quilter, and I have been working on a bunch of stuff that was just piling up in my sewing room over the summer. One of the first things that I did was I quilted a very large quilt that Sarah from Houston had given me for the Linus Connection. So I didn't actually take a before picture, but I'm going to give you an after picture here just in a minute. So basically she donated a really large quilt to Linus, and it was basted, it just needed to be quilted. But Linus only does comfort quilts. We don't do bed-sized quilts. So I left this quilt sitting in my sewing room all summer long trying to figure out how I was going to make it work for Linus, and then I unfolded it and looked at it and realized it was a medallion quilt and I could cut it in quarters. So that is what I did. I'm going to show you one of the quarters now. So this is just 1/4 of the quilt, and as you can see, it's a really nice size. And get that so you can see it. And I'm going to insert a picture here of all 4 quarters together so you can see what the quilt would have originally looked like and what it looks like now. So this will go to not one person but 4 people for the Linus Connection. And all I did was I free motion quilted it. 2 of them I free motioned, and the other 2 I actually stitched between the basting lines. So it is, they're stitched like this, which it's over here. I'm not going to show you guys that one. They're all quilted and bound, and they will go to Linus on the 19th. So you guys remember earlier this year, I think April, May, I bought a frame for quilting. It's a small tabletop frame that you sit your home machine on. I have not set it up all summer long because I've been so busy with other projects. But when I first got it, I did set it up, and this was before I got my Juki, so I haven't even tried my Juki on it yet. And I did a practice piece. And so I actually trimmed that down, I bound it, I washed it, and I'm going to donate this to Linus. So that is 5 quilts that were in various stages of doneness that got finished for the Linus Connection last week. The other thing that I did last week was I pulled out my orphan blocks and my in-progress quilts for Linus from a retreat, which was like in March this year. And you guys may remember this, I received a bunch of strip sets that were donated, and I cut them into 6-inch blocks. And I had made those into 4 patches, and I hadn't done anything with them since March. I had 16 or 18 blocks, and I went ahead and made this out of 12 of the blocks. I put the rest of the blocks back in my orphan block bag. One of the things that I'm planning to do now that I'm caught up on all of this other stuff, my swap is mailed, my sister's Project of Doom top is done and ready to be quilted, all of these quilts are ready to go for Linus. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull backs and batting for a big stack of Linus tops that I have ready to go. I'm going to set up my quilting frame, and I'm going to try my Juki out on it. And hopefully I will get a whole bunch more quilts done, at the very least quilted and ready to bind for the Linus Connection. So I would say that's all I got done this last week. I was really pleased with just the quantity of things I was able to finish because I've had stuff just kind of backing up on me, and it's good to have some of it done and ready to move on to Linus. I did extend the deadline for the signature block for the Project of Doom to the end of September because quite a few people didn't realize that they didn't have to finish their quilt in 2015 in order to have to send a block in. It's a participation block, so as long as you were working on your quilt this year, you don't have to finish it by now. You just have to be working on it in 2015 in order to send that Project of Doom 2015 signature block in. So I went ahead and extended that, and I have received quite a few more, so if you haven't sent yours in, please do that. If you only made 1 block in 2015, you participated, so make sure that you get those signature blocks in. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is I do have the Quilt Maker Quilts from 100 Blocks for sale in my Etsy shop. But my stock has not arrived yet, so I've taken a few pre-orders, and I'm going to contact all those people today and let them know that I don't have my magazines yet. Hopefully I will have them this week, and I promise you guys the second they are here, I have everything ready to go. I have all my envelopes ready, everything's ready to go. The second they're here, I will get them signed and I will get them shipped. I will make a special trip to the post office to make sure that they are in the mail the same day that they arrive. So I'm really sorry about that, and I really appreciate everyone that's already pre-ordered. The smartphone quilt along is going on Fandom and Stitches. Tomorrow I think is week 5. There have been 3 new blocks every week, so make sure you check in on that. And for those of you that are new and don't know what's going on there, at fandomandstitches.com, we're hosting a quilt along that is a smartphone quilt along. All of the app patterns were designed by Jennifer Rolls. You get 3 a week, you pick what you want, and at the end you build your own smartphone quilt. I actually just did 1 block and turned it into a cushion for my daughter, and it was a tumbler block. And by tumbler block, I don't mean like a tumble block, like a traditional quilt basing block. It was a tumbler, as in Tumblr, the website. And I made it into a cushion, which she now has on her bed. And I'm going to insert a picture of that cushion here so you guys can see what that looked like. I actually made it before the quilt along started, so I didn't want to share it with you guys then. One last reminder for you guys, the EQ7 Seasons quilt along is going on right now. Tuesday is when the new posts go up, and it started last week and it goes through the first week in October when the show and tell will happen. My Tuesday will be next week, so not only will I be posting reminders about the EQ7 row along, but I will also be posting my Talk to Me Tuesdays. Today there's a reminder and then my Talk to Me Tuesday, and then next week will be my EQ7 row, and then later in the day I'll post my Talk to Me Tuesday. So both of those posts will go up on Tuesday. I really apologize for that. I don't like double posting, but this event just happens to be happening on Tuesdays, and Tuesday is when I always post Talk to Me Tuesdays, so that's just how it's going to be. Okay guys, that is going to be it for me. Make sure you have mailed your swap. I hope to see your swap in your video in the next week or 2. And stop by fandomandstitches.com, stop by sewhook.com for the row along, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.